because of this beautiful setting, but also because of the quality of the invitees. I am told that you are from the chambers of commerce, you are doctors, lawyers, also some gas dealers. They are always there when I visit, so I'm very happy to see them also. Before meeting all of you, I also had a very interesting and vibrant interactive session with the press, although I find some of them here. I just request you, please don't block the view of the invitees. Please, please. No, please go to the sides, please. No, leave the camera. The budget that Shrimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji presented, first of all, kudos to her. That was the 8th budget that she presented, and I think it's a very important point to note that for any finance minister to present 8 consecutive budgets is in and of itself a great achievement. So I want to congratulate her. But it is not just the number of budgets she has presented. This budget was very special because it was the first budget of Modi 3.0. The Honorable Prime Minister assumed office in 2014. Then he won again with a record number in 2019 and again in 2024. You know, I am a little older than all of you. Of course, this gentleman here introduced me as being 83 years old. I'm not 83. I'm a little less.
No, by 10 years.
No. But I think his light is strong, so his eyesight gets a little affected, but I don't know. But let me tell you, when I was a civil servant, and I was been a civil servant for 39 years, for many years we did not know what it was to have a government in Delhi which had a majority on its own. In 2014, the government that Modi ji formed was a majority government after 37 years. In 2019, we got 303 or something like that. And even in 2024, when people said anti-incumbency, no, there was pro-incumbency. Our pre-poll itself was way beyond the 272 requirement. BJP got 240 plus with the allies we were well over the required amount. So there must be something good the government has done. And I tell you, a discussion on the budget with eminent people like you gives us an opportunity to discuss that. I said in the press conference that I have very deep personal links with Andhra Pradesh, and nobody took me up on that. Let me share with you. Both my daughters are trained in the classical Kuchipudi style, and they're both, of course, one of them is now 50 years old, the other one is a little younger. They were both disciples of Radha and Radha Reddy ji. So we've had this very special thing. So on page 3 in Delhi, my daughter used to be called not Tilotama Puri but Tilotama Reddy. So I have a natural link with Andhra Pradesh, but for several other reasons. I won't go into that. Look, I can give you a listing of what has been done for Andhra Pradesh. I will come to some of those figures. The grants, the central devolution, which the Prime Minister has increased from this 7th Finance Commission to the 13th to the 14th. It's gone up to 32% to 42%. I'm not going to go there. Let me ask you, because you're all professional people, what has been done for the middle class, educated people? Tax exemption limit gone up from 7 lakhs to 12 lakhs. And 12 lakhs if you add the 65,000, and in one family, these are educated families, 2 people earning, 3 people earning. It's a very major change. But what has been happening to the economy overall? We have moved from being, in 2014, We were the 11th or 10th largest economy in the world. 190 years of British colonial domination left us from contributing 25% of the global GDP. We came down to 2 or 3% after 190 years. And till 2014, we were regarded as a part of the fragile five. By fragility, I mean if you're traveling and you have a suitcase and it has some breakable item, you put the sign, fragile, handle with care. Which means what? Which means the economy was not strong enough, resilient enough. Today, we have moved from the 10th spot to the 5th spot. We are a $4 trillion economy, and the International Monetary Fund says that two economies ahead of us, one is 4.1, the other 4.3. Within a month or two, we'll be the 4th largest economy in the world, and by 2027, we'll be the 3rd largest economy in the world. I am a professional like most of you. You need good governance. It's all right. Every state has its requirement. In a democratic functioning, we have to look at other factors also, region, sub-region, other factors. But the most important requirement for economic growth is also good governance. And Modi ji has proved that good governance is also good politics. I was so happy yesterday to meet the Honorable Chandrababu Naidu ji and Pawan Kalyan ji in Delhi when the Chief Minister of Delhi took the oath. Political success is not separate from economic progress. If anybody tells me, no, you're doing very well politically, no. If we do well politically, we will have economic growth. And if we have good economic performance, only then will we do well politically. One cannot be separated from the other. Let me share with you some of the things that have been done for Andhra. My ministry is associated with petroleum and natural gas. In the 2014 States Reorganization Act, there was talk of a large refinery, but it remained largely at a discussion stage when along came Shri Chandrababu Naidu ji, who's proactive. I've had the privilege of knowing him since I was Joint Secretary. And lo and behold, the agreement between the state government and BPCL has now reached a point where land has been allocated, money has been allocated, and you will soon see the concrete manifestation of a refinery whose cost is about 90,000 crores. In the run-up to the budget, many other announcements were made. Honorable Prime Minister was in Visakhapatnam, I think, where he made announcements of projects worth 2 lakh crores. One of my companies, OMC's, ONGC, has done a major project off the Kakinada coast. Very soon, I think it will be producing 45,000 barrels of crude oil in a day. 45,000 barrels of crude oil in a day. And about the gas, we don't even know yet because it's all work in progress. What has been done for Andhra Pradesh otherwise? I mentioned the 2 lakh crore foundation stone at Visakhapatnam, 2 lakh crore projects, 1.85 lakh crore state-of-the-art NTPC Green Energy Limited Green Hydrogen Hub project at Pudimak, Dhaka near Visakhapatnam, the first green hydrogen hub under the National Green Hydrogen Mission. Various railway and road projects were 19,500 crores. Foundation for the bulk drug park at Nakkapalli in Anakapalli district. Foundation stone for Krishnapatnam industrial area, Chris City under Chennai-Bangalore industrial corridor. Then in January 2025, that is a month ago, Honorable Prime Minister and the Union Cabinet approved the establishment of the third Satish Dhawan Space Center of ISRO at Sriharikota, which envisages the establishment to launch infrastructure for the next generation launch vehicles. Total fund requirement 3,984 crores. I'm only giving you some. Most of you are familiar with these. My office will happily make other details available. I can tell you why a large refinery is good news. Not only because of the number of people a refinery itself employs, not only because the ancillary industries, as my friend Chaudhary Ji reminded me, but there is a widespread acceptance that whenever you bring up a refinery in any area, hundreds and 200s of kilometers around that area, economic growth takes place. Today in India, we have refining capacity of something like 270 million metric tons per annum. It is going to go up because of projects already underway to 320 million metric tons per annum. We are already the world's fourth largest refiner. But the rate at which we are increasing, it will go up to 400, 450. I can tell you, small teapot refineries around the world will close down. You will have a few large refining centers, and India will be one of them. So you will grow from fourth to maybe third, second, you never know. But why is refining capacity in India going up? I think we should understand that. You know, 3.5 years ago when Modi Ji associated me with the Petroleum and Natural Gas Ministry, before that, as my friend knows, 7 years I was Housing and Urban Affairs Minister. I was also Civil Aviation Minister. I was also Commerce and Industry for a little while. 3.5 years ago, we used to consume 5 million barrels of crude oil in a day, which was refined in our refineries. Today, in 3.5 years, that figure has gone up from 5 million barrels a day to 5.5 million barrels a day. Because if you look at any economy, and I say this with great confidence, if energy consumption is going up, you can be sure the economy is doing well. Conversely, if energy consumption is flat or going down, you can be sure the economy is facing problems and it will decline. The International Energy Agency, which is situated in Paris, it has estimated that in the next 2 decades, in the next 20 years, India will account for 25% of the global increase in demand of energy. For one country to account for 25% increase, and we are already one of the largest consumers of industry. We're the third largest importer, and so on and so forth. What has Modi Ji done? In the last 3 years, India is the one country in the world where prices of petrol and diesel have actually come down. Why have they come down? Because the central government has reduced the amount of excise duty it charged on 3 occasions. November 21, May 2022, and once again. And I can give you a chart, I have a chart, I did it in the press conference. If you look at all the countries around India, you will have a situation, every country, including the United States, France, Germany, countries around India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bangladesh, prices have gone up percentage-wise. India is the only country where the price of petrol has actually come down by 0.67%. Diesel, everywhere it's gone up, in Delhi, India only slightly. Why? Because central government reduced the excise duty and the state governments, which were BJP run, they reduced their VAT. One gentleman in the press conference downstairs asked me, well, central government made a lot of money when the crude prices moved up and down. I had to give him a little tutorial. I had to tell him central government does not import. It's the private sector people and the oil marketing companies who import. And the honest God's truth is, because Modi Ji was very keen to maintain availability and affordability, he ensured that prices did not go up, they came down. And as a result, our oil marketing companies lost 28,000 crores on the subsidized LPG cylinder which was made available. But because they are good corporate citizens, the central government reimbursed them up to 22,000 crores. Again, they have incurred another loss. So government does not make money. Government does not import. Government only makes the conditions which make it possible. But I can give you good news. As long as Modi Ji is the Prime Minister and you have progressive chief ministers like the one you have here, prices will not go up. Prices, hopefully, with the grace of God and Lord Venkateshwara, prices will come down. By the way, I am a personal fan of Lord Venkateshwara. Somebody gave me this thing, but he knows. And I have been a disciple now for 37 years or more. My wife and I, whenever we get a call, every year we go. And my wife still, she's same age as me, but she still climbs up. So the divine, where you have blessings of the kind that you have here, I'm sure there will be turbulence in international markets. Sometimes it feels oil is not less. I believe overall more and more oil is coming on the market, more from the Western Hemisphere. And as long as you have President Trump in the White House, there will be more energy available and energy prices will also, as he says, come down. I want to just conclude and then I want to have an interaction with all of you. India, under Prime Minister Modi, has a sankalp or a commitment or a pledge to be a developed economy, Viksit Bharat by 2047. A lot of people in the West, I've been a Foreign Service officer for 39 years, a lot of people say, oh, that's easier said than done. I'm sharing something with you today. It will be done before 2047. And I'm saying why it will be done before 2047? For the simple reason that if you're a $4 trillion economy going on to 7 to 10, if you maintain the current rates of growth, you double every 5 or 10 years. And well before 2047, we'll have a large economy. It could be $40 trillion, I don't know. It could be less or it could be more. But economic activity in India is really taking off now. I used to be civil aviation minister. We privatized Air India. Today, India's airlines have 1,000 planes on order by 2 companies, and the others are getting started. Another issue I must tell you, when I was civil aviation minister, so all my friends from Andhra Pradesh, they have private planes. So they told me we need a general aviation thing. So I told GMR, I told you build. So whilst I was civil aviation minister, they built the general aviation terminal also, where business planes can come. And it's one of the most successful things. Look, countries will grow, energy consumption will go up, capital accumulation will take place. The budget, this budget, if you look at it, look at the positive features in that. What has been done for capital expenditure? What has been done in the new areas? What has been done for agriculture? All of that gives strength and confidence. And today, the India economic success story is being hailed all over the world.